good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, so any doubt in previous classes?
No,
So, Jasmeet, have you tried that project thing which I told you? Uh,
yeah, I did that.
is that
Uh,
working fine? Or did you
yeah, if
face
you
any
want,
issue?
let me just send you the DNS. The chat is off, I guess.
The chat might be off. I don't know. For you, yeah, it will be off.
Oh, so should I share my screen or
Yeah, yeah, you share your screen.
can you able to see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, so I just put the server name 2 and availability zone B.
Mm-hmm.
And if I refresh, it's server 1 and availability zone 1A.
Uh, I'm not talking about this one. I'm
It's
talking
load balancer.
about that listener part. Yeah, it's load balance, it's working fine. I got that. I'm talking about that listener part where I told you to. Let me share my screen once again. And I have
Okay.
not saved that image, but let me create once again so that you can remember. Okay, see, I created this two and these two. Have you tried this or not? I'm just asking. This was the load balancer, and under this, okay, this is in 1A and this is in 1B. Under this we are creating a one machine, and here also we are creating a one machine. Okay, and I created a two listeners, listener 80 and then listener 81 for example. So whenever we will see, there will be a DNS of load balancer, right? So whenever I will enter in the browser as a DNS, I should get this page response, whatever page response 80 suppose I have created, and here response 81 page I have created. Okay, so whenever I will click on DNS, I should get the response in the browser like this. And when I will enter the DNS with port number 81, so I should get this response. Have you tried this POC, this particular part under load
I
balance?
can do it now if you want. I didn't know, like you said earlier to create the machine, and so I just did that part.
No problem. Yeah, yesterday, if you will see that recording, there
Yeah, I
was,
know we are
yeah.
discussing about these things.
Hmm.
I haven't tried that, but if you want, I can try it now.
Uh, okay, if you want to try it now, we can try, but I would say that you try by yourself and show me the
Okay.
demo that where you have tried.
Okay.
Okay, and in the meantime, and if you want, I can do one thing. Under this, also, I can create one POC sheet. Okay, and under this sheet, I'll paste POC one. Do you understand what is the meaning of POC? POC means proof of concept. The small project which we create to uh, explain the concept what we want to create. So this is like one first project kind of thing, or I would say the project one. Okay. Now, one more point which I wanted to share. Yesterday we were talking about the HTTP status code, right? So I have created one blog for that. So just for the better understanding, you can go through it. It's very only small blog, but it will help you to understand status code mode. Now, next is yesterday we have facing issue with the rules. Okay. So this is the load balancer. Under this load balancer, I want to create a rules. Okay. So how to create the rules? Okay. Add rule, insert rule, add condition, and see host part we have seen that was working fine. But under path, just click on path. What I want my login.html to be redirected to my login page, for example. So under add response should I want is 200. This is hi from login page. Okay. Now just yesterday I was trying to type star from both the side, but just type slash this time. Okay. And save it. With this, save it. Okay. Now just go and copy the DNS first. Where is the DNS? Here. And paste it here slash login.html. Enter. See, port 80 is coming. After some time you will get the response from there also. Okay, it was not added. I have not updated that. Insert, add, path. Is that saved or not again? See, understood? This is how you can redirect uh, rules with login page or any other page. So the mistake what we were doing yesterday is only thing is that we are not applying slash over here. What do you understand by auto scaling? Okay. So auto scaling means, as the name said, automatically scaling. Now, scaling does not mean always to get increase the servers or increment of something. Here, scaling is something with the increment also and decrement also. But the main part is automatically, right? We have seen load balancer. We are able to understand that how the load will be distributed and so many things. But see, we have load balancer. Okay, we have two machines here, or let's see three machines here. So it is distributing the load between these among the machines. Each machine is having a capacity to handle 100 requests. But what about all of a sudden you have received 500 requests? So in that case, how these requests will be processed? There might be a chance that the server will respond very slow to the user, or there might be a chance that this 500 could be increased to 700, and these the CPU utilization of these machines or the resource utilization will be high and these machines are stop working. In that case, what you have to do, you have to create one machine, two machine, or might be three machines to handle these load. Or either you need to increase the capacity of these machines, existing machines, like that. Instead of 100, you need to increase the capacity at least to 200 so that they can manage the load like this. Or either you can go and create the similar kind of machines with the 100 capacity. Either way could be okay. And once you are done with creating these extra machines, then you need to configure and you need to attach behind the load balancer, right, like this. But for present scenario where you are getting a 700 request, you will be able to process the request, these requests which is coming. It's good that because you have added 3 extra servers behind that. But what about when this load is decreased to 300? So in that 300 scenario, your three machine, the old machine will be able to handle the load. They are more than enough. But as you have added 3 more extra machine, so they are like the extra resource for your website. So there, what you can do, you just go and remove the manually these 3 machine. But every time, is this practically possible? Is this the good way to deal with the infrastructure? Like whenever load will come, you will do. Whenever load will not come, you will not do. There has to be some automation, because every time you can't monitor. And even though if you are able to monitor your system, but by the time you are creating these machines and attaching behind the load balancer, at least it will take, and you have to configure the website also on this web machines, so at least it will take minimum of 5 minutes minimum. So that 5 minutes your users have to wait, they will not get the proper response, there might be a chance of customer loss, and many of the chances will be there. So to avoid these losses, to avoid this kind of problem, to avoid this kind of like hustle to create urgently 3 machines and then decrease the 3 machine, we have a concept that is called auto scaling, which help us to balance these things automatically. Now, there are two types of auto scalings we have. One is vertical auto scaling, vertical scaling. Other one is horizontal scaling. In the both the scenario, we have one machine, right? For example, this machine is having one CPU, 1 GB RAM. Okay, so your website is working correct with this vertical scaling, but due to some extra resource requirement, what you have done, you want at least 2 CPU and 2 GB of RAM. So what you will do, you go and stop this machine and then added the extra resources and then again make this machine up. So the problem with the machine is, you are increasing the resources, that is fine, that is allowed to increase the resource, there is no problem. But the problem is this stop state, at least it will take 1 minute in stopping and again adding the resource and getting up, it will take minimum 1 minute. So there again the problem is the 1 minute loss. And this is one time you have increased the 2 CPU, there might be chance you want to increase more, you want at least all of a sudden 20 CPUs and 2 GB of RAM, 20 GB of RAM for example. Again you have done the same job, it stop and again create. But there might be a chance the limitation will come that you can't increase the CPU capacity or the resource capacity at one point of time. There will be a chance or the scenario will come that after this much of the resources you can't increase the capacity of this instance. In that case, you have to again create one more and then you have to configure everything. So this is vertical scaling. Under vertical scaling, there are the limitations, you can't increase the capacity of the resource at one point of time, and they have a downtime, they require this 1 minute or 2 minute downtime to increase the capacity. Now, under horizontal scaling, they have resolved all these things. Instead of increasing the capacity of existing server, what they are doing, they are keeping the existing server like the way they want. That is, as it is, they are keeping. the existing server. They are not doing any changes on this server. They starting creating a new servers like that, along with C, as per the request. And they all the servers are identical, they are same. If there is a 1, so there will also be a 1 1 1, like this. They all will be in the same website and same configuration, everything is same. So what they are doing, they are increasing the load horizontally, creating a same servers. This is one point. Now what happened, there might be a chance that the machines are now over. You don't have that much of load, you have only load which could be handled by these two machines. So you can apply that condition, okay, that much load is there and two machines are enough, so remove these machines. So it is like you are not going to remove, you have instructed auto scaling to delete these machines automatically, and whenever it is needed you just go and create those machines. So what could be the use case of auto scaling when we need that? So the use case of auto scaling is very common use case we have seen. We have a website, right? Flipkart or Amazon.in or Mintra, any of the websites we have. At least once in a year they launch a big sale, right? Sale they launch, and they launch at the time of Diwali festival, right, in India, right? At the time of Diwali they launch a festival. So sale, so that sale goes for at least for 10 to 15 days. At that time the normal traffic was around, for example, 10k of the user, but at the time of sale the traffic goes drastically high, at least 1 lakh. So they were having a servers, for example, 4 servers who are able to access handle these load, but they are not having a server who can manage the 1 lakhs of the users processing. Sometimes some of the users are just going and visiting, they are not purchasing, but still they need a space. The CPU utilization is still going on for those customers also, though also who are only just visiting my website, they are not purchasing anything. So what happened, how I can manage these things? I can simply schedule my auto scaling for this period. I can say from 15th of October to 30th of October I need this much of, there might be a chances of this much traffic, so balance accordingly. Understood till now? Any doubt in the concept of auto scaling?
Yeah, understand.
Yeah. Next part is needs and benefits. We have understood auto scaling this. Now let's just go and understand the components of auto scaling. Auto scaling is having three components, that is auto scaling group, launch configuration, and the third one is scaling policy. Okay, these three. Now what is the meaning of these three? Let's just go and see in the browser only. Okay, simply just go to the auto scaling. See, this is the panel. Here you will get everything, right? Here you are getting this everything related with the instance. Yeah, see, this is the place I was forgot to highlight. Spot instance place we have seen how to get that, but here also we have a spot instance, saving instance, reserve instance, and dedicated instance. So we can go and buy directly also. AMI part we have seen, volume part we have seen, network. Under this we have only seen the security section right now. I'll show you rest of the things also in the coming sections. And load balancer, target group we have seen. Now we are moved towards the load launch configuration and auto scaling. Now auto scaling and launch configuration means is just simply go and click on launch configuration first. Under launch configuration, now what is the meaning of launch configuration? And one more thing, in AWS, every time if you are not able to understand any term, you will get one info tab nearby that. So there you can go and directly refer the AWS official documentation also, or you can go and click on this info also, which will give you the information. A launch configuration define an instance configuration template that an autoscaling group use to launch EC2 instances. Now, what is the meaning of this line is what we are going to do with the launch configuration. We are giving the information. We are giving the information to autoscaling group that whenever you are going to increase the servers, you need to increase the server with this configuration. Now how? See, as I told you, we have this machine and we want every time to increase this capacity, but the machines which you are going to create, that has to be same as the first machine only. So how auto scaling will come to know that what kind of machine you have here? You have to tell auto scaling that the type is here, it is having one CPU, 1 GB of RAM, it is having Apache installed, it is having a blah blah blah, everything has been configured here. So you have to tell auto scaling group, that is ASG, that this is my type, this is my configuration. Take this type of configuration and create these machines like this, these. Okay, so this is launch configuration, where you are defining the type of the instance you want to create when the auto scaling will be done. So just go and create a launch configuration. Click on this. See, under launch configuration, we have an option to create. So let me just give the name as LC demo. Okay, under this section you will choose the AMI. Now there are two sections. See, my AMI and AWS marketplace, and under below the section you will get the normal AMI section also. See, normal AMI also, there are a lot of all the AMI which has been available while creating a EC2 instance, you will get that. So just simply go and take one AMI ID, because it's very difficult to find from here, right? It's very difficult for me to find. So I will just go. Yeah, running instance, launch instance. Just see, this is the AMI ID. Just copy this AMI ID. I want to create a one Linux type of machine, for example. So just go and copy and see under this section. Just click here and push this. So it will pop up the Linux AMI ID. Just click on it. Now instance type, I want to show share the resource or the instance type every time what type of instance you create. So just type T2 micro and choose it. Okay, and leave a spot instance. I don't want monitor my instance, I don't want EBS optimized instances, nothing. I want basic one drive. We can add more drive also, there is no foundation. Yeah, we can select our own security group. Let's just go and select our own security group, and we need to pass the key pair if needed, the machines which is going to be created by the auto scaling. If I want to log in into that machine, if in any case, so I can choose the existing key pair, that is this, or I can create my own. So I acknowledge. So see, whatever the information I have passed, I have given only AMI, I have given instance type, I have given the security group and volume and the key pair, and create the launch configuration. So this is just the basic information I have given. And let me see whether we can pass the user data also. No, we can't pass user data here. Okay, this is one point. Now see, did you remember what are the 7 steps we have created here, right? We have given the tag, we have given the OS, we have given the instance type, key pair we have given networking section, we have given configured storage and the advanced detail. So there is one thing missing while creating a launch group. What is that?
Advanced group.
That is networking. You have not passed the networking section here. You have only given the security group, but you have not given the this VPC and subnet part. You are, even though that is not allowing you to select a default thing. So this is very common question, that what is the one
Okay.
thing, or someone will ask you that are we going to select a network or the VPC while creating a launch configuration? So there might be a chance that you will say yes, because the launch configuration is something which is having everything related with the instance. But here you are not selecting anything related with the networking. So where we will select the network? Now, so this is just a basic template we have given. Now just go and create autoscaling group. So just create a autoscaling group and type demo ASG. Under this we are selecting launch configuration, so just go and switch to launch configuration. Under this you will get this launch configuration, the type of instance, just click that and click on next. Now you will get that networking part. So you have to tell the person who is asking the question, no, we are not going to select any of the networking part while creating a launch configuration. That networking part will come in the autoscaling group section. There might be chances why it is happening, so you can just tell launch configuration is just the template which will help us to define the type of instance we want. There is nothing related with the networking part will be dealt by the ASG, autoscaling group, because autoscaling group is going to create the instances under that network. That's why it is coming under autoscaling group. Understood?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now VPC is, I'm selecting default. I can get I can give the subnet names also, but as of now I'm just giving the full subnets, all the subnets here, and click next. Now this section, see this part. The best practice which is followed by AWS is auto scaling and load balancer go together. As a good architect, or the best architecture is having, as a good architecture, I'll tell you how this will happen. See, you have designed this auto scaling part under your machine, right? But that machine has to, that infrastructure has to be a load balanced also. So what you need to do, under load balancer and auto scaling go together in any of the infrastructure. Like what does it means is, you will have one load balancer above that, and under that load balancer you will have a machines which will be balanced, but you will also have one auto scaling part in between. So every time whenever the request will be processed, you will, obviously load balancer will do the point what it want, but auto scaling will also be in between to increase the capacity whenever any of the machine will go down, or load will not be able to manage by this load balancer. So let me show you what is the meaning. This is a little bit confusing. Right now I am just going without load balancer, but if I have an existing load balancer, I can go and attach my existing load balancer. It will show here, as we have one load balancer available, so it is showing here. You can also directly go and create a new load balancer with this option, but right now I'm just only selecting no load balancer. We also have a health check option, the way we are having in elastic load balancer. That is, we were going to check that 5 parameters, right, which we have seen. that what is the threshold interval, unhealthy threshold, all those things, unhealthy response. So there are two types of health check is being performed by the auto scaling. One is EC2 level, other one is the load balancer level. So what is the meaning of load balancer level? Load balancer level means the load balancer automatically go and check with all the 5 machines. The health check what we have seen at the time of learning load balancer. But what is the health check EC2 instance perform? And this is like a default. So the EC2 instance perform this health check. This one, status check. These two status checks is the health check which is being performed by the EC2 instance. So health check option is two options we have. EC2 is the by default option and the ELB option is optional. Okay. Additional setting, monitoring and default wrap up, I'm not doing anything. I'm just leaving right now. I'm also not enabling ELB health check because we are not attaching any load balancer right now. Just next. See, now what is the meaning of these three? Desired, minimum and maximum. We are telling AWS in such scenario go and create this much of machine. It is not like that ki it is going to be create 10,000 of machine continuously, because you have to have some control on your infrastructure. So desired capacity is something every time two machine has to be up. Minimum is minimum two machines should be there at least. Maximum 3 can go. Whenever the load will increase, maximum 3 machine can go, not more than that. If there is a load which is not able to manage by the 3 machine also, I don't want to increase the load because I don't have that much of cost available with me. And under this there are the policies which we will see, but right now I'm selecting none and click on next. Notification also we will see just next. I'm just only showing the basic auto scaling. There are a lot of things are coming in the go. See, this is the tag is like something which you are giving whenever the machine will be created. They will have this tag so that you can identify that this machine is from auto scaling. So just type auto scaled server next and create. So we have created Autoscaling Group which is under updating state, and if you will go and refresh here, see, two servers are added. They are in the process. Automatically, how it is going to be created, because you have given a minimum and desired capacity is 2. So at least 2 servers should be there. So it will be automatically creating. See. Are you able to understand this part?
Yeah. And what about the things we want to let's say the web server are it gonna create on both servers?
I'll tell you.
Okay.
So now the question which you have asked is very good question, that how that web servers things will go. So there is one way of doing it. Just go and log in into each of the server and define it. But that is not the best practice. Obviously, we always go with the best practice part. So how it goes? See, in the infrastructure as a good architecture, what we will do, we first create one EC2 instance. EC2. Okay. Under this instance, we have created one custom web. Like for example, we have customized or we have configure our application, right? I have configured my application inside this. Like for I have one under this my website I have, that is www.xyz.com. My code is there and it's working fine under this EC2 machine. Now I want to design an architecture in which it has to have a load balancing also, it has to have a auto scaling also, but whenever the auto scaling will be done, the similar kind of machine has to be created here. So how it can be done? what we will do, we will create AMI out of it. Okay,
I
we
have the
will
same
create,
thing in my mind.
yeah, so we will create AMI. Good. So after creating a AMI, what we will do, then we will create a launch configuration. Under launch configuration, instead of selecting the existing AMI,
We just copy that AMI and select it there.
it will
Okay.
pop up automatically. And under this section, it will see this my AMI. Under this section, you will get that
Okay.
your AMI automatically. Okay. So
Okay.
just go under, while creating a launch AMI, you need to use your AMI, custom AMI. Okay. And just create a launch configuration. Then go and create first create a load balancer also. Load balancer plus target group. Okay, just create a target group with one instance if you want, but this instance should not be passed on to the load balancer, so with zero instance right now. Okay, and under this, go and create a auto scaling group also. And auto scaling group should be like, for example, 2 2 and 3 capacity, so min, max, desired, minimum and maximum. Okay, and as a result of output, you need to paste the load balancer DNS on browser, and you have to run the, again refresh the page. So you will get, for example, two machines will be right. So these two machines also will have the same web page which you have designed here, but it's difficult to identify that whether it is going to the same server. So I'll show you how these balancing is been done. Anyhow, it is going to be balanced in the backside, but there are logs which we can see that whether it is going in both the server or not, because they both are identical. It's difficult from front end to identify that from which server it is going to be serve the request. Okay, so this is the architecture, how the flow go and how this
And
work.
it is a region specific or availability available zone
Which
specific,
one?
like
Which one?
so auto scaling, let's say it's creating the server, so it is creating the server in a same uh availability zone or different availability zones,
See,
or
Autoscaling
whatever we
Group
selected.
is the uh, regional service. And see, under this, while creating a Autoscaling Group, you have passed the subnets. So what all are the
Yeah,
subnets you will pass? It will create only machine in those server only, subnet only, like
let's
availability
say
only.
we selected three
A,
availability zones, so
yes, so
it
it
will
will
gonna
create,
create
yes.
one on each availability zone, or
Yes, each they will
okay,
do the balancing automatically. Suppose you
a
are
kind of
creating a
load
five,
balancing.
yes, it's not exactly the load balancing. They create a infrastructure with a high availability concept, because if one availability will be down, so other two can serve. Like for example, you are creating a five instances and you have a three subnets selected. So what they will do, they will divide two, two and one,
Okay.
and the same subnets you have to select in load balance also, so that the machines which has been created by auto scaling should be able to distribute the load among all the five machines. So this is the complete architecture which you have to design. Now I want to give, no, let's just go and see one small thing also, because we are going to create one project here which will be good if you try it by yourself, but we will do in the class also. But let me create one project first. Just give me 1 second. Where is that project I have? Okay. Now let's just understand what is the this project means. This is very basic, but you can do more innovative things here. What you need to do, instead of this classic load balancer, just go and create a application load balancer. Okay, don't use the classic load balancer. So application load balancer, and the naming will be like that only. Do not add any of the server right now. Like, no need to add any server in the target group. Create a EC2 machine, one machine you need to create, and use the Windows or Linux as per your choice. Install the web server, create custom web page of index.html, and reset the default password also for Windows. Not for Linux it's fine, but for Windows, if you are using that Windows machine, you need to reset the password. Now yeah, for creating a AMI, what you need to do, you need to then create a AMI out of it. And while creating a AMI, you need to attach that AMI with the load with auto scaling launch configuration, and create a server, and then auto scaling group using the load balancer. So what you need to do, you need to create an auto scaling group. And while creating auto scaling group, we were having the options, right, to select the load balancer. Where is that? Here. So you will get this option, but while going to select this load balancer, you have to first create the load balancer. So above that, you need to go and create a load balancer also. And under load balancer, no need to attach. Okay, the anyway you are creating a load balancer already, so just go and select that load balancer here, and just see what is happening. Just go and see the target group, whether it is having all the servers behind that, what servers you have created. And try to do one thing. When you will create a two machines, automatically it will create a two machine, so it will have identical web page. Just go and log in inside these two servers, and do some changes in the web servers. Like, for example, just go and change the content, and then save that, and then again run the DNS. You will see the changes.
You
And
said we don't have to create the target group in load balancer.
you have to create a target group, because that is the mandatory thing. You have to create it, but you no need to attach any of the machine behind that.
Oh,
Automatically
okay.
it will be attached
Because
it
you
by.
may register any any
Yes,
instance.
yes,
We don't
yes,
have to register. Okay.
yes, it will automatically registered by the auto scaling group when you will go and select that load balancer here.
And we have to select the target group, but it will automatically register the instances. Okay.
Yes. So are you clear with the project?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe my channel.